Hey y'all, it's Trey. And what they won't tell you is that content creation is hard because you're either playing the wrong game or no game at all. Here's a wake up call for you. Yes, content creation as a real estate agent specifically is a whole nother ball game than just being a real estate agent trying to build up your lead generation or trying to build up your online brand. Yes, you're stepping in a whole nother ballpark when it comes to content creation, but not a lot of people get that. And by the end of this video, you will have a very clear understanding of what this game is and exactly how to play it in order to succeed moving forward. Now, I heard a quote from a realtor online just a little while ago that said, if you're going to turn to social media, it's going to take a very long time, a few years, before you actually see money. And here's why I disagree. It's because we look at things from a completely different lens. And again, most people think that content creation is some hobby and not a learned skill that you have to do over and over and over that's very strategic in order to get that clientele that you're looking for. Most people just look at it as a hobby. Once you go viral out of nowhere, oh, that's the end all be all. I have made it. I'm successful now. That's not the case. You don't luck out like that. Some do, but guess what? There's no longevity in that. But no, this isn't a game of lucking out. No, this is a game of putting pieces together very strategically and knowing exactly what to post, how to post, and everything in between that. So this quote did not sit right with me because for one, I think it's subjective, but for two, it's a little bit of fear mongering going on and it's not as true as that one person made it seem to be, right? Now this right here, I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm actually saying he's right. Yes, it will take you a very long time before you see money, but there's a little piece that's missing out. It'll only take a very long time if you do not know what you're doing. And me, I just happen to have a different perspective from this. I am somebody who looks at this from a completely different lens. And here's why I'm qualified to speak about this. It's because 99% of realtors, they turn to social media for lead generation and brand building, and they don't know what they're doing because they're either starting out or they've never done this before. And they think that they're a real estate agent who's trying to do content creation. As for me, I was a content creator long before I was a real estate agent. And so when I got into the real estate game, I understood the psychology of what makes people buy into somebody, what makes you liked by somebody, what makes people want to work with somebody. It's a psychology of content creation that not many people talk about. And so I understood that from a completely different lens than people like this who says it's just going to take years. No, it only takes years. If you suck or you don't know what you're doing or you've never done it before or you have no strategy in place, that's the only way it'll take years before you see money. If I were to give you that whole blueprint on how to get success online as a real estate agent and you followed it to the T for 6 months straight, guaranteed you'll see money. I'm not saying that because I'm some type of, guru or magician. No, I understand that it's a game. I understand the game, right? So yes, that's true. But again, there's a missing piece of that. It's not true for everybody. And that person just didn't have the same lens as somebody like myself. Posting without clarity or strategy takes years. It takes years to see success if you're just posting just to post, right? If you're posting hoping that you luck out on something, it will definitely take years for you to see what you are looking for. However, if you do have that clarity or strategy in place when you're posting online and trying to build up your lead generation or your brand, then you will absolutely see success. It's just that 99% of people, when it comes to posting online and trying to get those clients, there's no clarity, there's no strategy. And without those two, you're absolutely doing nothing. It's like picking up a dip of water from a cup and hoping it stays in your fingers. But not only that, throwing it at a huge fire. What is that doing? That's doing absolutely nothing, right? And so you need clarity, you need strategy. What is that clarity and what is that strategy, you may ask? Well, knowing what your ICP is 50% of that battle. Once you know who your ideal customer profile is, who you're speaking to at all times, what post are you making for that specific person? What are their pain points? What do they need? What problems do they need solving? Once you understand who exactly you're speaking to, you've already solved 50% of the battle. You can't post as somebody who's looking to get more buyers and post something that really attracts other realtors, right? You're not attracting the right people. Or you can't post a dancing video in front of a house and hope it doesn't attract 12-year-old kids who like to see adults dancing online because they think it's funny. No, you're going to attract the wrong crowd if you post stuff like that. So you need to understand exactly who you're speaking to and speak directly to them. Like, I know it sounds a bit cliche and, very simple, right? But if you don't speak directly to the person who you're trying to speak to, then you'll miss them. They're a target and you need to hit that target every single time, right? You'll absolutely miss them if you just speak to any and everybody. And that's just the game of content. You need to know who you're speaking to. You need to know who you want to work with. And once you start to learn who they are as a person, and once you learn who you are, then you can absolutely target all your content towards that one person, and you'll start to see them come your way. You'll start to see them turn into your clients, from strangers to a follower to a client of yours. I guarantee you, content is a lottery ticket with hints and unlimited plays. Listen to that. Content is a lottery ticket with hints. You go to the gas station, you get a lottery ticket. There's no hints. There's no hints on how to win or how you will be more successful than the other person. No, there's nothing. It's just a complete gamble. In this case, content, posting your content is a literal lottery ticket with hints out there. Hints like this, right? Stuff teaching you that this is in fact a game, stuff teaching you how to do it. This stuff right here, these are your hints. So every time you punch that lottery ticket in, that post in, you have more of a successful chance in getting what you want out of your content, right? There's a lot of hints online that you can take from this. And guess what? You have unlimited plays. It's not like you have to buy in and you just run out of money to where you can't do any more, posts. No, you have unlimited plays with this lottery ticket. You can literally post 30 times a day if you wanted to. And all it takes is just one post to hit the right people at the right time. All it takes is one. All it takes is one, and your whole world changes, right? And so once you start looking at content as a lottery ticket with hints and unlimited plays, which by the way are free, it is free to post. You can post whenever you want, however you want, and you don't have to pay for it, right? Once you start looking at it like that, then you realize, wow, my chances are even greater than people like this are making it seem. It's not that hard. Once you change your belief system around that, you will start to see success. And another thing a lot of people get wrong is they think that you need to go viral. You do not need to go viral in order to have success. Now, I've went viral plenty of times. I have a page with over 226,000 followers. I've gotten over 6 million likes. I've gotten viral videos more times than you can count. Now, on the flip side of that, I also have a page that is rather small, less than 700 followers. I'm not really going viral on that page, yet I'm seeing leads flow in like crazy daily. I'm talking leads just coming to me. I literally don't have to do anything with that page for a month, and I will still have so many leads come in my direction, all because I learned the game. I learned the strategy of what to post and how to post it. So you do not need to go viral to see success. Your video doesn't have to hit 1 billion views for you to have a couple clients coming your way. No, your video just has to hit the right viewers. I don't care if that's 500 views, right? If 500 people watch your video and 6 of them come your way as clients, guess what? That's money in your pocket. That's success. And another thing that a lot of people get wrong, right, is they don't have a system in place, but they are worried too much about the camera that they are using, the equipment that they're using. Now, equipment is important, but I tell you what, you can have a $2 million camera in hand. You can be the best videographer that the world has ever seen. But if you don't have a system in place with that camera for when you're recording, getting all the right angles, the right pace and everything, or on the post-production side during the editing, if you don't have the right system in place, I guarantee you that camera is worth nothing. Oh, I don't want to start content creation because I don't have the right camera. I need to be fancy. No, you can start content creation. You just don't have the right system. That's the reason why you're not going to see the success that you want to see. It's not about the camera. It's not about the equipment. It's about the system. Again, the right equipment, obviously important. Is it the end all be all? And is there something more important than that? No, it's not the end all be all. Yes, there's something more important than that. And that is the system that you play with that camera with. Simple tweaks can turn a 200 view video into a 200,000 view video. Yes, simple tweaks. I mean, the most simplest things that you wouldn't even think of. And again, this goes back to me understanding the psychology of what makes people buy in, of what makes people want to follow you in the first place. This is content psychology, and a lot of people don't understand this because they spend their years and their time rolling the dice, hoping it lucks out. This is not a game of luck. This is a strategic game that you need to understand in order to play correctly and play at the highest level. I'm talking about one simple tweak can change your whole direction, whether that be a cut in a video that you missed, or that be an angle that you might have gotten. It can be the audio that's playing in the background that you decided to choose that messes up that video. It's simple things like that that a lot of people, they don't even start creating content because they're scared of messing up. But it's simple things like that that if I can teach you exactly how to fix, that will be the driver of your success from here on out. Yes, it's a lot that goes into it, but it's very simple once you start to do it over and over and over again. It's not easy, it's simple. It's a simple process. So I need you to understand that it's not expensive, nor time consuming, nor nerve wracking, nor bad, nor useless, nor something that will take you years to achieve. Content creation is none of those things once you understand the game. And I'll break that down piece by piece. It's not expensive. You don't need thousands and thousands of dollars like you did 15 years ago to start creating content and start creating it good. No, all you need really is a phone, maybe a gimbal, and a laptop to freaking edit. You don't even need a laptop to edit. You can edit on your phone. Another thing, you don't even need to run ads. You don't need to run ads nowadays or have like some type of commercial to reach the right people. No, if you have the right strategy in place to be able to get to those people organically, just like I did plenty of times over and over and over again, then you don't need to spend any money on ads. You will have an organic content engine that drives your whole system. It's not time consuming. Yes, it takes time to record content. Yes, it takes time to edit. Yes, it takes time to plan and to do all those things, but it is not as time consuming as people think, especially when you know how to combat that. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. There's something called batch filming, right? Let's say you have a listing on a house that you're trying to sell, right? You're trying to sell somebody's house. And let's say you're trying to get some content of that house. What most people will do, because they're not content creators before real estate agents, but they're real estate agents before content creators. And this is why they don't understand how simplistic this can be and how they can get more in a very short period of time. So let's say you're going to record a house, right? You may do like a little highlight video and put some pieces together, mash it up, or you may do like a little walkthrough video and just get the whole house, and that'll be the only piece of content you get for that day. What I'll go in and do is I'll go in and get that walkthrough video. That's one piece of content. But what I'll also do is I'll break it up like this. I'll go in the living room, I'll record that, talk about it, and then have a strong call to action just for showing the living room. That makes people want to see more and more of the house. You will eventually get them more and more of that house. I go in the kitchen, I record the kitchen, talk about cool things in the kitchen, the layout of it, the lighting, the materials that was used, everything like that people love to hear about. I would go in, I'll record that too. I'd make that one separate video too. So already I just knocked out 2 videos, and guess what? I have about 10 more rooms I need to cover, and I'll talk about those as well. Once I separate those 10 other rooms and 10 other videos, I have 12 videos, no, 13 videos of one house. Now that's 13 lottery tickets that you've punched in with one house. Guess what? It didn't take you that long. It may have taken you an hour. Simple things like that that get the ball rolling, right? And guess what? After I've gotten those 13 lottery tickets, I'm going to go outside that house. I'm going to pick up my phone. I'm going to start recording in front of the house, and I'm going to talk about the listing that I have. I'm just going to vlog about it for a quick 30 seconds. There's my 14th lottery ticket, just like that. I just got 14 videos in an hour. Those 14 videos can stretch you out 2 weeks. If you don't want to, you don't have to film for another 2 weeks. The editing portion, maybe you block off a time of maybe 2 hours to edit those videos, right? Simple edits, nothing crazy, maybe just some cuts, some captions, some B-roll if you want. Simple edits like that that don't take that much time. That's a 2-hour block. You just spent 3 hours in total getting content for the next 2 weeks. It's only time consuming if you don't know what you're doing. Again, this is all a game of strategy, guys. It's not nerve wracking once you do it over and over and over again, right? Now, I'm not going to say it's not nerve wracking at the beginning, but there's a way to get past that. You just have to get past it. Picking up a camera and talking to it, that's easily one of the most intimidating things to do, especially if you've never done it before. And once you realize that your why is much, much stronger than your what, then you get up and do the what just because the why is so strong. You do it just like that, right? It's okay to fail at the beginning. It's okay to mess up. It's okay to look stupid at the beginning. But just like being a real estate agent, as you know, you have to keep on trying and trying and trying and trying. And that's how you get success. You already have the framework, right? You already know what to do. You're in the game of real estate. My God, that is the most difficult game that you can achieve at the highest level. The game of real estate is extremely hard, and you already know that you have to continue going forward and trying and trying and trying. That's the same thing with content. This is not a hobby anymore, guys. This is a learned skill and you will learn it. It's okay to be nervous. It's not okay to do nothing about that, but you know that already. Content creation isn't bad or useless, right? A lot of realtors will tell you that, oh my gosh, why are you still making content? You're obviously seeing nothing from it. Nothing's coming out of this. You're not getting any clients. You absolutely suck. Content is only bad or useless if you don't know what you're doing or if you're not good at consistently doing it. Because why is it that the people who do see success, they say the exact opposite? Why is that? Because they saw the success. The only people who are saying it's bad or useless are the people who haven't saw the success yet. Why are we listening to people who aren't even where we want to be? If we're trying to make content, why are we listening to people who don't make content on their real estate page? It doesn't make sense. It's not something that will take you years to achieve. It's not something that will take you years to achieve. It's not something that will take you years to achieve. And I need you to get that and engrave it in your head and realize that those are just limited beliefs that you can get over. You're not as far away from those dreams as you think you are. And once you start to see things that way, once you start to realize that I may just be 6 months away, I may just be 6 months away from that one video hitting the right people that changes my whole trajectory around. All it takes is one, and that can happen at any given time, given that you do this system right. Don't listen to anybody who will tell you that it will take years to get any money from this just because it took them years. What they won't tell you is what did they learn along the process and what they were doing wrong way back when and why it took them years in the first place. That's what they won't tell you. The realtors who learn this skill will win. We're moving in a very digital direction nowadays at a very fast pace. And if you don't believe me, I guarantee you will see with your own eyes what's about to happen. There's going to be the agents who still haven't hopped on social media. And then there's going to be the agents who are hopping on social media and doing it consistently and seeing deal flow come through. And a lot of people are going to be confused from it. But you watching this video, you're not going to be confused from it because you've already gotten the heads up that anybody who learns this skill of content creation and not this hobby, this nice to have, anybody who learns this skill, they will eventually win. Your brand will drive you much, much further, especially in the long run, than somebody who's focusing on cold calling, door knocking, sphere of influence, all those things. You put the guy or the girl who focuses on their personal brand up against the guy or girl who focuses on those things I just named, and you give them each 3 years to go all in on both of them. Maybe this person right here who focuses on the local door knocking or cold calling, maybe this person will see success faster, right? But this person who focuses on their personal brand when it comes to social media, they will see a magnitude of how this will affect their business and their income much, much greater than the person who doesn't do that. So let's get to the games that you're either playing or not playing or need to play, right? We have puzzle versus dice. I'm sure you're familiar with both of those. We've all played a puzzle, right? What does a puzzle consist of? It consists of putting pieces together to make a picture fit, to make something work, to make something look right. What are those pieces in this case? Well, there's 4 main pieces when it comes to content creation as a real estate agent, right? Those pieces being 1, beliefs, 2, strategy, 3, equipment, and 4, consistency. If you have all 4 of those pieces together, you will eventually get what you're looking for. Just one of those pieces goes missing, I guarantee you the whole puzzle is just wiped out. It's done. Now, why does it take those 4 pieces for this to make this work? I'll tell you why. Beliefs. It all starts in here. You can't even start to create content if you don't have the right belief system or if you haven't gotten rid of those limiting beliefs around the things that consume content creation. If you don't have your belief system in place, if you haven't fortified your mind to believe that you can do this at the highest of levels, just like the people you see having success from it, then you've already lost, right? You take that B out and just leave this SEC in, well, you're cooked. You're absolutely cooked either way because you need that belief system in order to keep on moving forward. When things get tough and when you're not seeing the results that you want to see, I guarantee you, if you don't have the right belief system, you will quit. You won't last. So that's first and foremost. That's why that's the first, if not the main puzzle piece that you need in this 4-piece puzzle. Puzzle piece number 2 being your strategy. That'll be how you create your content. You know, little things such as tonality, your hook, your CTA. Well, that's the bread and butter of it, right? That's why you can't just create the content and just hope it lucks out, right? That is the bread and butter of what will actually make it work. The strategy behind what you're filming or editing. That is what matters just as much as beliefs, right? If you don't have the right strategy in place, well, you won't see the results that you're looking for. Number 3, being equipment. That's your third puzzle piece. The equipment, like I said over here, it's important, not as important as system or strategy, right? Your equipment is needed. It's obviously needed to get that content out there in the first place. And again, you don't need to have expensive equipment. All you need is a phone and a nice gimbal to start off with, and I guarantee you, you will make that work if you do it right. Without equipment, well, you quite literally can't even get that content out there. That's why I've put this in the 4-piece puzzle piece. Consistency. Your consistent posting efforts, right? That is what will set you apart from the other guy trying to do this same thing that you're doing. How consistent are you? How willing are you to keep on showing up? Or how consistent are you with creating those time blocks that you need to cut off, right? In order for you to go film, plan, or edit, right? You need to have those time blocks. You need to have the discipline to be able to tell yourself that you need that short amount of time to cut off from the rest of the world in order to do those things that you need to do. How consistent are you with being disciplined enough to have those time blocks? How consistent are you with being able to batch film, right? How consistent can you be when it comes to being great at content creation? You have those 4 puzzle pieces intact, I guarantee you, you are no longer the 99%, you are the 1%, just like that, immediately. Now, the game that 99% of people do play is the game of dice. Are we familiar with that? You roll it and hope it lands on whatever you're hoping for, right? It's a game of hopes and gambles. It's hoping it sticks. And wrong. If you just post just to post and hope it sticks, it will never stick. Maybe it sticks once after 1,000 tries, and maybe you keep on trying after that and it takes another 1,000 tries for it to stick again. Okay, I'm not saying it won't stick. I'm just saying that is not the best way to go about it. It's just hoping it sticks. You need to post with the plan. You need to post with strategy in place. You need to train yourself in your mind to become a content creator and a real estate agent, not a real estate agent trying to create content, right? You need to be both simultaneously, and you can do it. Rolling the dice is gambling that you'll win, right? This game of social media, there's so many people doing it and not a lot of people winning. Again, 99% of people simply aren't winning this game of social media and content creation. You as a real estate agent, you know about gambling, right? You know exactly what it takes in order to get to that 1% of people. I will tell you to gamble with a lot of things. I love the idea of gambling on yourself and betting on yourself, and the idea of putting yourself at risk and vulnerability in order to win. Now, this gambling game right here, I'm not the biggest fan of, right? I'm not the biggest fan of it. I'll admit it, all right? You will always be the 99% of people who just post just to post, who hope for the best and hope something sticks. You will always be a part of that 99% if you don't understand any of this, and especially if you don't understand that content creation is hard because you're playing the wrong game or no game at all. Understand that, engrave it into your head, and you're already ahead of 99% of people. You already know what game to play, and that's the game of puzzle. Play the right game, play it good. I will be looking forward to seeing you play that game to the best of your ability. If you want to connect with me, check out the description below. And I hope that you can take something away from this. I'll see you soon. Take care and go become the creator that you deserve to be.